Ketchup is found in 97% of US households, a statistic I definitely contributed to growing up.
Hot dogs slathered in ketchup and topped with cheddar cheese was a childhood favorite. Don't ask me why.
And while my tastes have changed, my love for ketchup has not. What has changed though is my ability to eat it.
Yep, a pesky tomato allergy is what's holding me back from absolutely obliterating an order of sweet potato fries and some even sweeter ketchup. But should it? Because real ketchup is tomato-free. Let me explain. You see, what we know as ketchup didn't come around until 1812. Before that, it was made of things like oysters, mushrooms, or even walnuts.
And that's not even the first variety. The very first ketchup was a fermented fish sauce from Imperial China. It also wasn't called ketchup, but I don't know how to pronounce what it was called.
So if you know, please help a girl out. Because the best I can find is the medium saying to pronounce it like you're summoning a sea monster. And if that's not gonna get me in trouble, I don't know what will.
Now this recipe did what a lot of food did. Gained popularity through trade routes, saw a couple recipe variations along the way, and then one day, in this case a day in 1812, the modern version was born.
This modern ketchup was created by scientist James Meese, who made a ketchup variety using love apples, aka tomatoes for those of us not caught up on 19th century slang.
Now that you have a very brief history of ketchup, let me introduce to you what we're making today. As some of you may know, I'm allergic to tomatoes, and I'm also sensitive to fermentation, meaning the very first ketchup and modern ketchup are a no-go.
But as we've learned, ketchup can be made in many ways. And I'm no stranger to making tomato sauces out of mangoes. I've done it with barbecue sauce, pizza sauce, even lasagna sauce. So I'm pretty confident I can do it with ketchup. Substituting mangoes for tomatoes works so well because both are sweet, rich fruits that break down easily, forming a sauce. To get started, we're going to be blending 60 ounces of rinsed canned mangoes into a smooth sauce. It's important to use canned mangoes for this because fresh mangoes can have a big variation in how sweet they are, while canned mangoes are dialed into the perfect sweetness. That is, of course, if you rinse off the packing syrup before placing them in your bowl. I'm using an immersion blender for this, but if you don't have one of these, a regular blender will work just fine. But if you're looking to level up your kitchen game, I recently did a video testing different immersion blenders, and spoiler alert, one of them was only $28. Now that you've taken the time to make sure your mango mixture is lump-free, run your mangoes through a strainer to get out any fibery bits. This should leave you with roughly 5.5 cups of pureed mango. Place that onto your stove at medium-high and add a half cup of apple cider vinegar. Or if you're histamine intolerant like me, you can use non-brewed condiment. Adding this now can help with the next part. You see, mangoes are pretty thick, so they don't really boil, they kinda spit. Once your mixture starts doing this, you want to reduce it to medium-low and stir every time you see these bubbles. We're going to be cooking this for 25 minutes, and at the end, it's going to be reduced enough that we can start adding our spices. That's a whole clove, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard powder, an 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of celery seeds, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then we'll be making things sweet by adding a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Simmer for another 10 minutes so that the clove and the mustard can work their magic. After which we are going to strain our ketchup one last time to get out the clove and any of the spices that didn't mix in. Allow your mango ketchup to cool completely before slathering it on anything and everything in sight. If you're looking for ways to use it, check out this video where I created a veggie burger topped with, you guessed it, mango ketchup.